Murray was phenomenal. I mean, he just he's a very underrated player, and for a lot of reasons, I guess people don't know just how special he is. Him playing with Jokic makes it even harder. I mean, a lot of the shots he hit tonight were off the dribble threes. Very off of one-on-one moves, very difficult. So tip your hat to that performance. Jokic didn't have a monster night, with the stats. I mean, he had a great night, but not, what he's been doing on a consistent basis. But he still had major impact on the game just by being out there. So it's special to watch those two guys. Again, not enough people talk about how good Murray is. The 22-3 run at the end of the second quarter was clearly our undoing. We went out of character during that period, did some things we weren't supposed to be doing, just made some mistakes. So we will correct those. Second half was, much better than the first half, and we got to build on that. But this is, these games are tough, and a lot of these difficult games are stacked on top of each other, and we're seeing a lot of great players. So the challenges are high.
With Murray, on the heels of the game Mitchell just had Monday, is there more to this than just they're both really, really good players? Is there actually something that you guys can do better on that type of guard?
I'm sure there is.
Pascal, when he was talking about the runs, mentioned that to him it's really frustrating because for the rest of the game, you guys, play up to the level of your opponent or closer to it. I mean, what do you feel like can be done when those are happening to stop them sooner, whether that's strategically something you can do or say? Because it seems like every game.
Well, timeouts, I mean, it'd be great if you could buy timeouts like vowels on the Wheel of Fortune. Because I think in 3 or 4 games this year, I've actually called additional timeouts. So unlike the Wheel of Fortune, where you pay $250 out of your earnings, they cost a technical free throw and possession if the other team doesn't already have possession. So, strategically, I've tried to take those when the other team has possession to lessen the penalty. But that's an idiotic conversation. But we've just got to do better. I got to coach better. We got to play better, and it's a slim margin situation. That's pretty obvious, but there's always room for improvement.
Obviously, Johnny being back is a factor here, but you went to Garrison and not Robinson Earl for rotation minutes tonight. Was that something with Denver, or is that something we can expect to see rotationally going forward?
I don't think there's any way in hell there's anything you should expect to automatically happen right now. I mean, with your high standard of good questions, I question this one a little bit, but no, I'm kidding. But look, everything's on the table. I think that's the accurate answer. And look, with Johnny being back, there's a decision on which guy to play. JRE has played well and been very solid. We got a lot of wings, and it's a good problem to have.
I was just actually going to ask you about what you liked about Garrison's play. He was driving the basketball a little bit more. He seemed like he was a little bit more physical.
Look, he's got a game.
Yeah.
He's got a game. He's an NBA shooter. He can drive the ball. He's a good athlete, and he knows who he is. And he affects the game with his ability to stretch the floor.
Obviously this is not about stats, but Sheppard's 5 of 5 tonight. He's obviously had to move around a little bit, had to play a lot of point. One of those guys that has had a lot of tumult in his game. Are you starting to see him get a rhythm as he's getting back to his natural position with TJ and Andrew getting back?
hey, he's playing hard, he's playing fast, he's playing unselfish. You know, he's applying pressure full court. I mean, these are elements that we need. You know, him shooting the ball 5 for 5 tonight is no surprise. I mean, he could shoot the ball. The key thing is that through all the challenges, you know, he's just remained true to who he is and stepped into the shots that are his shots, and that's his job to do, and that's everybody's job to do.
I guess, Drew, I got to ask out of the gate, the 22-3 run, what did you see just break down in that stretch, and how did you manage to rally back past that?
I'm not really sure. I didn't really get to watch it. I mean, I played through it, but it's hard to kind of tell when you're in that position. I can say what it seemed like. It seemed like they were scoring a lot, easy buckets, and we were getting tough shots. We weren't really getting good ones. So, tough stretch. Kind of put us behind the 8 ball for the rest of the game.
What I mean, this is obviously pretty obvious because we're talking about a 3-time MVP. But I mean, just how much does Joker change everything they do? I mean, how much does he just make the entire challenge of defending them different than anything else you see?
Yeah, I mean, he's hard to guard one-on-one, so you got to bring another defender. But when you bring another defender, he's one of the best passers in the league, and he's tall. You can see over people. So it's a tough answer. We're still trying to figure out how to guard him.
And just how much more effective does that make Murray, especially when he's on a burner like he was on tonight?
Most definitely, he opens up space for him. I mean, with the two-man action with them, it's tough to put too much attention on Jamal because then Jokic is open. So Jamal could hoop too, so just didn't figure it out tonight.
I was gonna say, I mean, obviously you know Jamal well. I've played with him in Canada. I guess when he's on one like that and he's getting bounces, are you just watching that like? Are you serious? I mean, like, when he gets one that's going to, like, roll in off the front of the rim, are you just watching what he said and say, okay, he's just having that kind of night?
Yeah, he can shoot the ball. Good for him. Yeah.
Going back to the run, something Pascal kind of said was what's made them frustrating is that they've been in a lot of games, and you guys play well the rest of it, which makes the difference between that low point and the rest of the game so shocking. Have you noticed, even in past games, there was just one against Cleveland, for example, at the start of the game, like a theme of what's going on in them, what you guys can do to get out of them quicker? How do you feel about them?
I think it's tough. I mean, it's tough. I think maybe just a lack of concentration or effort in any time in the game. Teams can run it up quick in the league, and it's just tough to come back from those types of leads.
Shep strung together a couple, stronger games in a row. What have you seen from this recent stretch of him, and how important has it been for that starting five you guys are part of?
I love playing with Shep. He moves really well, plays with a lot of energy. It's fun to be around. And when he's hitting shots, he could be a real help for his team.
The shooting percentage just generally for you guys has been much better the last 5-10 games. Have you felt the offense be better and improve in the last couple weeks? And how do you guys turn that now into winning more?
Yeah, I think we've just been a little more organized on that side of the floor. And if we can put together some good games on both sides together, I'm sure we can get some wins.
Pascal, first off, Jamal, I mean, there's different factors when you have to, be so focused on Jokic. It's harder to double someone like that. But right after Mitchell has the game he has, is there something more you can do on these type of guys? Or are you tipping your cap because they're so talented? How do you feel about them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think maybe we have to give him different looks, I mean, I think we pretty much a team, we stick to what we do. We have a system and we go by it, But, yeah, I mean, when the guys get going like that, it is hard regardless, So, maybe we try to get the ball out of his hands. I don't know, but he was hot.
It's been repetitive asking about these runs, but end of second quarter,
Yeah.
What did you see get sideways there? Same thing. How do you guys stop those from happening so much?
Yeah, led on the rim. We're not making shots. The game slowed down, and they just make shots after shots. And we gotta avoid those runs because most of the time, like three quarters of the game is good. So it's like it is hard when we let ourselves get into those holes like where we can't get ourselves out of, and it's tough to just keep fighting an uphill battle the whole rest of the game. So we can't allow that. It's tough. It's hard. I think we got to watch it and see what we need to do better, but we can't allow that.
Shep strung together a couple, good statistical games for him in a row. How have you felt him improve as the season has gone on and seen from him these last couple games?
Yeah, you just keep playing, keep improving. Like again, it's hard when you know, you're 3-and-D guy. You're not, the shot's not falling. You know, obviously it feels like the world is ending, right? So it's just a matter of the ball going in. Like it's basically what it is. So, but I just like he's cool, calm. Just continue to play the game the right way. And I think if you do that, you know, usually like good things will happen.
Obviously, defense tonight was more so, I would say, the issue for you guys. But you guys have strung together a couple strong shooting games in a row. Have you felt the offense be better these last couple weeks, and how do you guys keep doing it?
Yeah, no, I think it's a little bit better. We get a little bit more structure. I think we got to find a combination between playing fast and being structured and knowing what we're doing out there. So it's finding I know in the past we've been so random, you know, so it's like I think finding structure in what we're doing is probably important, and I think we're doing better. We just got to keep improving. Having defense be the things that we got to hang our heads on. Like we got to really be better at that. That's 2 games now where I feel like our defense wasn't there for the whole game like it's been before. So we got to correct that. And I think that the offense is going to take care of itself.
When random has been such a defining quality of your offense, is getting structure harder? Is it how much more work does that take than it typically would?
Well, I think it's again if you're used to doing things a certain way, you have to change it, or feels like it's a little bit different than what it was. But again, our roster is completely different than what we had before too. So we got to adjust, and I think like structure is probably the way to adjust right now.
And what do you want to see? You mentioned defense not being how it was before these 2 games. What do you want to see get back?
I think a little bit more friction, a little bit more, you know, we got to get into this, guys. Maybe pressure a little bit more. Some of the things that, you know, it's hard to do, but we have to get to that. Make the defense uncomfortable. Like, you know, just like you said, I mean, 19 for 25, that's like freaking, like, I don't know how many percent is, like, my math is bad, but it's too much, right? Like, be disruptive a little bit more, and we just gotta, I think when we're aggressive and we're the aggressors, like most of the time, like it helps our defense, so we can't be passive.
Start for you guys. 5-point game kind of late there in the second quarter. Where do you feel like it got away in the second? The halftime deficit, I think, was 24.
I actually don't know. I got to go back and watch film to see exactly what went wrong. But yeah, we just outplayed us in that second quarter and created a lead that we eventually couldn't come back from. But a lot of good things I thought in the second half. Just closing the gap and doing everything we can to claw our way back into the game. But yeah.
Murray and Mitchell are obviously great players. Any common threads between what's happened the last couple of games with those 2 guys?
You said who?
Murray tonight and then Donovan Mitchell on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, they're good players. Just got to do everything we can to slow them down. They're going to hit shots at the end of the day. So, yeah, just figuring out where those stops come from and just being confident on that side of the ball.
You had put together 5 or 6 pretty strong defensive games as a team. Where defensively do you go from here to try to find what you had the last couple of weeks?
It's kind of a tough question because every team we play has different schemes, all that type of stuff. But I think we should take pride in what we're doing right now on the defensive end and just keep it rolling, keep on building, and keep staying together. So.
Final thought here, Chicago coming up. You guys got them just a few days ago. What did you maybe learn in that matchup against them that you can apply on Friday?
They're a fast team, young team. You got a lot of guys that can go, so just be ready to run and play at their pace, or play at our pace, and just do everything we can to keep going.
Yeah, I did want to ask you about 5 for 5 from the floor. I mean, just how do you feel like you're starting to just find a rhythm? You've been bounced around from positionally. I mean, do you still feel like you're starting to find your game over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah. I mean, just staying in the gym, stepping into every shot with confidence. Every game, I don't know where my shots are going to come from. The ebbs and flows every game are different for everybody right now, just with everything going on. But yeah, just staying grounded and staying in the gym and doing all the work I can to just step into those shots confidently.
You say confidence. Do you feel more now that you've seen some go in? Was it always there? How would you describe that feeling now?
I think it helps once you see one go in, but I know I can shoot the ball. It's just a matter of it going in, staying in the gym, keep working, and yeah.
Jamal's obviously an incredible player. It's hard to even double him with Jokic out there. Do you feel like there's something you guys could have even done differently? Is it just a night that you tip your cap?
If I had to say anything, just try to stop him from scoring that many points. But yeah, schematically, I don't know what we could have done differently there. But tip my hat to him. Made a couple unbelievable shots. And
Just good players. So.